Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a magical rain fairy named Drizzle. She was a tiny creature with shimmering wings that glistened like droplets in the sunlight. Drizzle lived in a cloud palace, high above the earth, where she watched over the lands below. One day, as Drizzle glided through the soft, fluffy clouds, she noticed a village nestled in a valley that had not seen rain for many moons. The fields were parched, and the villagers were growing weary, their wells nearly dry. Feeling the villagers' plight tugging at her heartstrings, Drizzle decided it was time to help. She flitted down closer to the earth, her silver wings slicing effortlessly through the air. As she descended, she passed through the misty barrier between her world and theirs, unseen by human eyes. Drizzle landed lightly on the edge of the village, where a little girl named Sophie was playing. Sophie had never seen a fairy before, but she sensed something magical about the sparkling figure before her. Drizzle smiled and whispered, "Hello, little one. I am Drizzle, the rain fairy, and I am here to bring rain to your village." Sophie clapped her hands with delight. "Oh, how wonderful! Can I help?" she asked, her eyes wide with excitement. "Of course," Drizzle replied. "We must first dance a rain dance. Will you dance with me, Sophie?" Sophie nodded eagerly, and together they began to twirl and spin, their feet tapping the dry earth. As they danced, the wind picked up, carrying their laughter to the heavens. Clouds began to gather, dark and full, swirling above their heads. Drizzle guided them with her delicate hands, coaxing the clouds to release their precious burden. Suddenly, a gentle rain began to fall, pattering on the rooftops and soaking into the thirsty ground. The villagers looked up in awe, cheering as life returned to their fields. Sophie watched with joy as flowers began to blossom, their petals stretching towards the sky in gratitude. She turned to thank Drizzle, but the rain fairy was already rising back to her home in the clouds. "Remember, Sophie," Drizzle called out as she ascended. "Whenever you need me, just dance, and I'll be there." With a final wink and a twirl, Drizzle disappeared among the clouds, leaving behind a rainbow that arched across the sky, a promise of rain and magic whenever needed.